Jurassic Park was a great series of movies. From the perspective of an average moviegoer, like any other science fiction movie, it does have some science that just doesn't quite make sense. In this video, I'll go over all the bad science I found in Jurassic Park. My first gripe with the movie is the opening sequence. This is sort of biology as it pertains to handling an organism, so a group of park workers seem to be transporting a dinosaur into an enclosure. They seem very heavily armed because presumably this dinosaur is particularly dangerous. And the dinosaur of course gets rambunctious and tries to pull one of the workers into the enclosure. Two things here. One, I'm pretty sure a dinosaur would have won that tug-of-war fight just on its weight and jaw strength alone. And two, why didn't they just sedate the dinosaur in the first place? A sleeping dinosaur must be much easier to move than one is conscious and thrashing around. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, I've never moved a dinosaur before. About a fifth of the way through the movie, the two big examples of bad science appear. They explain that the dinosaur DNA comes from a mosquito stuck in amber, but the most amber they ever show is 2. And considering a single mosquito can only carry around 5 millionths of a liter of blood, I find it hard to believe that they found around 50 or more dinosaur species that we see later from the 1 or 2 mosquitoes. This fix is also easy, and it has 2 ways of doing it. One is to find the original 2 bits of amber and only have 5 to 6 species, or the less boring option, where they find a big chunk of amber with multiple mosquitoes and have all of the dinosaur species. Okay, this electric fence. This movie really wants us to know that they are running at 10,000 volts, which is a lot, but also not the whole story. To calculate the amount of electricity that is going through a wire, we need the amperage and the voltage. We know the voltage, but what about the amperage? Well, according to Home Depot, the average amperage is 15 to 20 amps, and since wattage is voltage times amps, the amount of electricity surged to the child is about 150 kilowatts, or about 5 times the amount a house uses in a day, all at once. That child should not have survived that. The obvious rewrite here would be that the kid is shocked to death and covered in burns. Since your muscles tense up when you get shocked, his mangled body would stay up there until they can turn off the electricity and take him down. Not only that, but considering that it's a dinosaur park, the amperage of the fences may be a little higher than the average electric fence from Home Depot. 500 kilowatts or even a megawatt or more. The last piece of bad science is the infamous scene where the velociraptor opens the door to the kitchen. Well, technically this is possible. The dinosaur would not be able to figure it out on its own within the time span of the movie. Given with enough training and positive reinforcement, the dinosaur possibly could learn to open doors on its own. But since we have no trainer, no positive reinforcement, and only like a half a day in the movie, I really doubt that they'd actually open doors. So, that's it. That's all the bad science I could find in Jurassic Park. Although, don't get me wrong, this movie does have a lot of really good science, especially when it comes to genetics. But of course, there were some things that just had to be sacrificed for the sake of the plot.